What the hell is going on, guys?
What the helly?
Weekend in the books.
Yes, sir. 2 weeks. 2 full weeks of actual betting. If you're counting the betting, it'd be the 14th bettable day. So, and then like we talked about earlier in the week, tomorrow's a full 2 weeks calendar-wise for college basketball. Feast week's creeping up. Let's go. How we doing?
Not too bad. Yesterday, rough weekend. A lot of collapses and bad basketball, but yeah, went negative yesterday. I went on a 9-1 run, but started and ended the day with 1-5. So that that'll fuck you. And then today started 3-0 or 6-2. I had UNLV plus 410 on the money line too, but last four, of course. So Illinois State was a big lead. Illinois blew a big lead. Purdue couldn't get there, and then what was it? Miami missed about 30 free throws tonight. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're both 6-6 then tonight, huh, Trevor?
We started 6-6, 6-7, I think. Yeah.
Yep, 6-6 as well. I had a plus money play in Harvard, which was nice. So, and then we had the M&M parlay go through the hoop plus 120, South Dakota and Fairfield. That was a fun sweat for the 2-team money line parlay on both sides. So we made a Kobe jersey, 0.08 tonight, 0.08 of a unit. So don't even know if that's much, but we're creeping and crawling. I'm almost at 20 units on the year. Hottest start I've ever had to in November. 19-9 yesterday. We were 13-4 at one point. So then I kind of had like a bad end to the night as well. UConn, some other weird just collapses. So, but 19-9 yesterday felt good. We made like 5 units yesterday. That paid for some golf today and some booze on the course. So got the golf course in, was capping from the golf course this morning, and it was looking all right. But 6-6, made some decent plus money stabs, and we hit that. So similar day here, Trevor, but it was a really good Saturday, so we were celebrating that.
Yeah, I mean, normally Novembers are fucking terrible for me too. So the fact that I'm positive somehow is, I'll take it. I generally start my seasons like 12 units in the hole and motherfuck everybody until about January. So I'll take it. But yeah, it sucks. Back-to-back losers, especially when you have a 9-1 stretch in the middle of that day yesterday and still go negative. That's impressively tough to do. So shout out my 1-5 bookends.
Sounds like a Brewers season almost, so, you know. But dude, hey, plus 5 units almost, plus 20 units almost, I'm at plus 19.99 units. You couldn't make it up. But last year I started down 4 units in November, and the first week I was down 11 units. So I'm with you, Trevor. I'm very happy to start the season, but it always can turn on a dime. That 30 units month is not too far away from us. Picks history is also on the picks page, so check all that out if you want to get some insights. We'll get the picks page rocking and rolling for week 2 here in the college basketball sphere. Chat is rocking. It is awesome. Joe, 10-0 Saturday. Woo. Yep.
Hell yeah.
10-0 though, my man. Good stuff. North Sax, thanks for tuning in. Crutch, thanks for tuning in. Joshua, appreciate you. Roger, appreciate you. Jacob, what up? Puzzo, how we doing? All right, Jenner, thanks.
I do want to start this off with a question. Future little Wooden Award, 2 weeks in. Who's getting your award? Because I'm staring at this. I'm looking at betting Braden Smith because he's going to break the all-time Big Ten assist record, or it's like at college. I forget what record is, but he's gonna become the all-time assist leader, whether it's NCAA or Big Ten. Plus 6-1, tempting. I mean, he breaks an all-time record like that. Like,
is he the favorite?
Kind of win it.
6-1, is that the favorite?
JT Toppin, I see a 5-1. Darren Peterson's 8-1. DeBance's 9-1.
DeBance still looked pretty good.
Cameron Boozer 5-1. And yeah, so he's about shuffled in the middle there.
I would take it, because he's a senior too. They like to reward seniors. I think obviously Toppin is a potential battle, but to start the year, I mean, you might as well dive in now because Purdue is going to be good this year. They're going to be in the top 5, which is another bet on Brady.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, that's going to be down to like plus money or less come February, I think, or like plus 100 or less. Pick them between 2 guys like it was last year.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna throw a unit on him 6-1. Have that in my pocket for the year.
Yeah, I
at
think
the very least, it'll be live coming down the stretch.
Yeah, especially at Purdue, they've already gotten the signature win against Alabama at Alabama. So I like that. I mean, they're going to obviously award it to a team that's going to be, top 5 in the nation. I feel like BYU might struggle a little bit in the Big 12. So, JT Toppin and probably Braden Smith are the 2 that come to my mind, just right off the top of my head. Those 2 the top front runners, obviously, right now. But you can maybe look at a couple dark horses. I don't know what you got available in the thousands, 1,500. Sometimes, a slow start can get you.
Yeah, there's a stab to be had here, which is where because a lot of these freshmen and big name players are looking pretty good early on, but
Huff makes a great point. It's hard to win that as a freshman for sure. So that's why I think JT Toppin or Braden Smith are good because they do like to reward those those veteran players.
And they just gave what's his nuts the pooper flag the Wooden Award last year, freshman. So
true.
Yeah, I mean Darian Williams 44-1. We know NC State's going to be good. That's he's going to be a big player on that team.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it. I think if you're questioning it, go with your gut and just place it. I think you like it enough. You got our little bump of approval there, so I'd rip it.
Yeah, I already
bet it on is just an injury and hope it doesn't happen. And Braden Smith, for somewhat, has kept himself pretty healthy, and he's a hell of a player. He's from about 5 minutes up the road from where I live. Good ball player, nasty. So yeah, take it.
Yep, fired on it, but yeah, there'll be something to throw a stab at here at some point.
Yes, chat, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a great start to the year for your boy Huff and the Pump Fake Pod. Chat, you make this day rock. If you don't know who we are at Pump Fake Pod. First time tuning in, thank you. Elliot Money at @I'm_money in the middle. Trevor at Stooley Picks on the left. Me at Michael_Huffer3. And we are the Pump Fake Pod. And just want to let you know that we are sponsored by Rhythm. Rhythm.ai is a predictive modeling gambling software. They got a website, an app, all things modeling, creating custom models as well too. Being able to create your own model to what you want it to be. You can tweak it. You can run different models to kind of track the plays against it. So really kind of test your models out, but also some pre-existing models that they've built, and also some that have built in the community that you can try out as well too. So make sure to sign up for Rhythm. That's Rhythm.ai, and also on the app Rhythm, which is the promo code to sign up is PFP25 for 25% off your first month. The Rhythm Play of the Day, we give out a Rhythm Play of the Day, currently sitting at 6-4. So we'll continue giving out winners. Each loss has been pretty close, I would say. Other than SIU, Edwardsville, Moneyline, and NJIT, Pepperdine in overtime, and then the under just barely hit over. So, NJIT was pretty close too. So we're getting there. Rhythm. We also call out some other plays that Rhythm has, and they've been able to help us out early on in the year. So make sure to get on over there. They're not only just for NCAA basketball, other sports as well too. So that's Rhythm.ai, promo code PFP25. All right, let's rock. College basketball slate, pretty good tomorrow, but I guess we'll just recap some games today. I mean, we already went through our record. Trevor and I just battling for a wild card spot at 6-6 in like week 13. Talk about some games. UMBC buzzer beater. That was great. I don't know why I didn't pull trigger on Wagner. I don't know if you guys did. Trevor, did you bet on Wagner or did you hold on?
I had nothing in that game. I at App State
I don't know why I can't.
this morning. That was a nice one. Notre Dame and
Same.
forget the other one prior to
I wish I ripped
South Dakota. The South Dakota cover was incredible.
How did they ended up covering that? I mean, I watched it, so I know how, but that was a ridiculous cover. Elliot and I just had it as a 2-team moneyline parlay, which I felt better about, but I mean, I'm glad that got home for you. So, and then UMass minus 10.5. I felt like that was brutal. They were dominating in the first half, just came out really flat in the second half. Kennesaw plus 8 was a bad bet. I really wish we bet Holy Cross plus 5.5. I felt like that line was weird. It was telling us to bet Holy Cross. 3-1 on my totals today, or 3-2 on my totals today. So we're going all in on that. Houston Auburn felt like it was the right side, and then just bam, end of the first half. So that's just proof that unders can die at any moment. Overs can't. Harvard money line was a great play. UNLV, great play. And Loyola Chicago, there is not a time to buy the dip. They are bad. What do you think about that? And there's major problems over in Loyola Chicago for
Yeah, I fell for the soup. Took them today. That was dead from the jump. This team is booty cheeks. They might even be worse than booty cheeks. They might be swamp nuts because they are horrendous. This team is auto fade. Them and UWGB and Army are holding hands at the bottom of the of D1 as number 1 fades for me.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the tier ranking system. Maybe like a Tuesday night or Wednesday night show. We're doing some tier rankings. That was pretty funny. I think Loyola Chicago certainly will make that. And then Miami plus 10.5. They fought hard for a while, but just classic Malik Renaud team dies and fizzles out. So 6-6 on the day there. And I will talk about IU. They looked very bad. They tried some new lineups. They kind of played at a slower pace, like a DeVries pace we know than what we've seen, and trying different lines. They had no energy tonight. Awful performance. Hopefully that brings down maybe their spread for Lindenwood. I don't think it will, but I hope that brings down their spread for Lindenwood. And then in classic Purdue fashion, Trevor texted us about Purdue. I was like, absolutely not. I put them on my FBI list. They are on FBI alert with some of these low-end teams. I'm not going to call Akron a low-end team, but you were right. The size definitely outmatched them. And then in classic Purdue fashion, called the dogs off and called in the secondary conductors for the train. For the train. What do you think about that, Trevor? Purdue and IU.
Yeah, IU looked like they didn't give a shit, and Purdue. Purdue was like 8 of 14 from 3. Akron had 9. They were like 9 of 20. They were hitting almost everything and hanging around in the first half, and then Purdue pulled away. But just Akron just made just enough threes and walk-ons traveling under the hoop instead of getting a shot up. So that's it's how that cover loss. That was brutal. But shout out Akron, looked good first half, and then eventually, I mean, Oscar Clough and TKR took over. There's no size on Akron, especially when they go against these big guys. That really struggles. So if they catch the right matchup in March, I think they can catch somebody. But you get a team like Purdue with a lot of size, they are cooked. As my takeaway, IU didn't look great. They didn't care. And Miami, just make your fucking free throws. You cover that game if you can just make your free throws.
E-Money, how you doing? What'd you see on the board today? Did you get any games out there? Your Chiefs unfortunately lost, which I'm not happy about because the Colts play them next Sunday.
We'll lose to you guys for sure, 100%.
No.
Oh, 100%. 100%. We're cooked. So? Oh, we're cooked. 5-5? Cooked.
You think so?
5-5, better than my bets today, but shit, we're still cooked. 5-5, we're cooked.
Offense looks bleak. Mahomes looks like he doesn't have – I don't know. Something's wrong. There's something wrong internally with that team. But if they just lost like that in a close game, I have a bad feeling about it, to be honest with you.
I was seeing the board as well as Mahomes was seeing his receivers today. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
And Sam Miller with an absolute fact. Yes, they did. Huff Zoe 101 stop filming. I think it was season 3. I think it was season 3. But Pepperdine let us down, but they went to overtime. But I think it was season 3. But it was because Jamie Lynn Spears got pregnant and they couldn't do it. So yes, they could not do the show on Nickelodeon anymore. And then all of them were addicted to drugs. Classic TV kid show. Except for that Michael Massey kid. He is like a millionaire or something now. But anyway, no way too much about Zoe 101. We'll dive into it throughout Pepperdine this season. And but yeah. I mean, not a football show, but I wasn't very excited about that, Elliot, with the Kansas City Chiefs. But
oh no, it's gonna be it's gonna look bleak. Maybe we can turn it around, but after going to the K-State game and just watching an absolute terrible suck versus suck game, and then going 14-14 on my basketball slate on Saturday, and then turning around and going 1-8 today, and then watching a complete sucky ass Chiefs game. It's been a hell of a start to my birthday week. So hopefully we can turn it around.
Happy early birthday!
Yeah, happy early birthday. What is it? Wednesday?
Tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. Your birthday's tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna see the board. We're gonna absolutely see the board tomorrow for your birthday, November 17th. Elliot, his 21st birthday. He gets to drink a beer for the first time tomorrow. Can you believe it?
That's why I'm still drinking Dr. Pepper until midnight.
Yep. 23 flavors of goodness, but he's not quite 23. Unbelievable. So we'll be celebrating his 21st birthday here on the Pump Fake Pod here for Elliot. Cheers up to Elliot tonight. Sam Miller, before we get into it, no, this is unbelievable. So season 2, they stopped filming at Pepperdine, and then they bring it to a studio. Whoa! Maybe it was season 4 even too. Yeah, because then they left and stuff. So, oh my God, great call, Sam. Great call. So yeah, hey, but they play 2 halves. They play 2 halves at Pepperdine. That's all they need. That's all we need. Decent slate tomorrow. We're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to Elliot at midnight in the chat. Ian Lawson's already reaching out to him. Yeah, Elliot's 19 actually, but he's got a fake ID, so it's all good. 21.
McLovin.
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. Wisconsin does not ID, by the way, so everyone knows.
Yeah. I mean, it depends.
Slate tomorrow. We got only 20 games, maybe less than 20.
Something like that.
25. My age.
25. Your age. Yes. We're yes. Chat. Take a guess who the oldest actually is in this Pump Fake Pod, just so you know. To everyone, take a guess on who the oldest is. So I would love to see that in the chat on the comment section right now. So it'd be a good bet. We'll place all even odds. Just you can bet on us 1-1 or whatever. So. Huff, Trevor, easy. Oh shit, Huff is the oldest. I definitely probably have aged the worst, I would say. So you might be spot on to that. My organs may be the oldest out of all of them, Huff by a million. Love you though.
They're on your ass.
I had a feeling about that. I'm actually I turned 29 in June, and I am the youngest in the Pump Fake Pod currently right now. So you guys are all wrong. Trevor's older than me. Elliot's older than me, even with a birthday in November. So yes, I probably have aged the worst. Little inflamed with the boozing earlier in the days. We were drinking early. It was early. Bad kids doing bad things. But hey, we're getting back. We're getting back. A little inflamed, but we're good. We're 20. Yeah, if you can believe it. And nobody is above the age of 35, by the way. But I'm the old. I am the oldest. But yeah, there's a reason I posed the question, just so you know. Wanted to see it, and I knew I would be probably the answer, which I was laughing about. All right. Now you got to guess between Elliot and Trevor, so drop that in the chat. But before we go, we'll go ahead and dive into these slate of games. Georgia is laying 37.5 against Florida A&M. Over-under is 170.5. Dude, Georgia's just been kicking the shit out of teams.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. So it looks like it'll be like a 104 team total. And I wouldn't be afraid. Like a 103, 104 team total. I wouldn't be afraid of it and laying this big number. I mean, they got to not hit one probably. But Florida A&M, their defense, average possession length, they let anyone walk through. They're like, hey, go ahead to the basket. UCF, 97 points. South Florida, 102. Kennesaw State, 92. So they've been allowing a lot of buckets. Now you add in Georgia's high-octane offense that is running and gunning under Mike White, forcing turnovers on defense, not turning the ball over on offense, getting a lot of rebounds, suffocating every team on defense so far. But you have been playing everyone but Georgia Tech. We saw them kind of stumble. So there's our little stumble spot that we found playing Georgia Tech. They beat up on these little teams. There could be a potential look-ahead spot to Xavier on a neutral, but I don't know if that game's as you're looking ahead as much. I wouldn't be afraid of it with Georgia. They're going to score. They would hit that over 109, I think, against this team, and I would not bet the under there. So they're going to dominate, lay it, team total over.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'd either just let this number climb and take FAMU big, or just Florida A&M T total under. Georgia plays the fastest in the country, but their defense is incredible, and FAMU's offense is horrible. I mean, 67 against South Florida, 60 against UCF, 72 against Kennesaw. And that Kennesaw game was at home, and they got 20 pieced. Team's horrible. Team total under, or just take FAMU plus like 40 and whatever. I mean, Georgia's got Xavier on deck too, so this game's kind of whatever. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I'll take Georgia minus the points. Don't think I'm going to bet it, though, just with the fact that they're off the rivalry win against Georgia Tech. Tough game for them to kind of get up and compete on Friday. I do think they smoked the shit out of Florida A&M, and Mike White's been known to run it up on teams. So wouldn't surprise me if they got over this number, but seems like a big number to lay. They maybe just kind of sleepwalk through this and win by 30. So Georgia minus the 37.5, no bet.
All right, I may be going on the big ride here, and making sure. So we may do that. So, yeah, everyone in the chat, thank you for posing the question. Julian Cesaro with a potential play, but I know that's wrong, but I like the get. I like it. I like the exacta there. But yeah, I think Georgia team total over is potential over. Everyone likes to lay it. Kaylee, thanks for joining our show. Appreciate you. Everyone here, Dusty Bottoms. Appreciate everyone in the chat. You guys are rocking and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this one's a banger.
It's on Flow Sports.
It's on Flow Sports, so I will be allegedly illegally streaming this game. Charleston laying 5.5 against Drake. Drake just has not looked good. Now they're hitting the road. Do they bounce back after a bad loss to SIU Edwardsville? I'm not saying SIU Edwardsville is a bad team, but they looked flat yesterday, or whenever that day was, on Friday, I think. So, yeah, I'm tempted to lay it with Charleston here. I want to say what you guys have. I do think that number's weird. Elliott could be a potential 2-team money line parlay, but I don't know. Charleston hasn't impressed me too much either. They've really fallen flat in their big games, but dominated these other ones. So it's tough for me to get like a true sample size there from Charleston. But their height, their run and gun, and they're at home. This is a true home game, I believe. So, yeah, I'll take Charleston. I got to be maybe talked into betting
it. Yeah, I'll take Charleston with you. Drake, their 1D1 win was Northern Arizona. They were trailing, and then Northern Arizona just fell apart the final 10 minutes. Lost at home to Robert Morris by 2, SIU by 2. Now this is their first true road game. Charleston finally got that win under the belt. They won by almost 30. Staying home here. Drake, yes, they're not bad. Like, I'm not saying they're horrendous. They're still figuring things out, but the offense doesn't look good. I know Charleston's defense isn't great, but I think it's a spot Charleston can look a little bit better. They're not going to have to play up tempo. They'll be able to, get down the floor, guard the guy, and instead of just running with their heads cut off. But their offense is really, really good, and I don't think Drake has the dogs to keep up. So I'll take Charleston with you.
Yeah, this will be my first bet of the day. I'll bet Charleston minus the 5.5. Haven't been impressed with Drake. I think Charleston figured something out there at home in their last game when they kind of rolled against South Carolina State. At home, they've been pretty good over the last few years, even last year. So yeah, I'll take it. I'll lay it.
Yes. All right, let's go to this one. St. Joseph is laying 5.5 against Penn. Over-unders 162.5. Trevor, what say you, my friend?
St. Joe's Penn looks over. This is the spot St. Joe's offense can get rolling here. Penn has not looked good. I mean, they've put up some points, but they can't play defense. Where's this game? Penn. Yeah, gave up 84 to American and 106 to Providence. Rowan College still put up 72. They got 119. Like, Penn can get about 80 points versus actual D1 teams. They're still giving up like an average of like 90. St. Joe's, I know, doesn't play incredibly fast, but Virginia Tech just put up 59 on them. I think they're pissed off and show up to play here after getting routed in Blacksburg, and Penn doesn't have any defense. So give me the over in this game.
Elliot?
Yeah, I'm not sure kind of what to think about this game. St. Joe's, they're known to kind of play at a little bit slower pace at times, but you've seen what Penn does under Fran McCaffrey. They just like to run and gun. I don't mind that over. I haven't been too impressed with St. Joe's, though. It's just weird. I feel like it should have maybe be possibly a little bit lower than this. I mean, a little bit more than this, like a minus like 7.5, but I guess it is on the road. 2 Philly teams, though. Give me Penn plus the 5.5. No bet.
Yeah, Trevor, I kind of like the over here as well too. I don't know. St. Joe's just got their teeth kicked in. I am a little worried about Penn's defense here. I think St. Joseph defense can outmatch them and be a problem. Penn runs and gun, though. Game's at the Palestra. I'll be watching. This is pageantry of college basketball here. So
Raymond does bring up a good point of Donahue getting fired by Penn. Now he's at St. Joe. So
that's a great point.
You could look at that kind of thing and say, is it a revenge kind of angle for Donahue? Is he's going to want to just run it up, especially if Penn's not going to be able to, they're not going to be able to stop St. Joe, but Penn could definitely keep up on the scoring pace. That's why it almost makes me think maybe the over. I like the over even more now that Trev brought up, just because Donahue's not going to want to call off the dogs. He's just going to run up the score, and Penn, all they like to do is score. I might fire on that over 162.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, let's do it. I'll ride with you.
And I think St. Joe's is the side, if I had to give a side as well too.
I know Cubba Joe. He brings up this. This could be a potential little play. Charleston St. Joe money line.
Ooh, little M&M shout there. All right, let's see here. This one's fun. Everyone tuning into this one. West Georgia's playing Tennessee Tech -3.5. Tennessee Tech. I like this team. They're not bad. West Georgia's a little improved as well too. What do you think, Trevor, on this one as well?
Yeah, West Georgia coming off of a nice win over Stonehill. Oh shit, scored 100. Won by 8 here. They hit the road. They've hit the road twice. Nebraska, UCLA. They lost by 33 and 21. Tennessee Tech hit the road. They played Western Kentucky, Charlotte. It was a 5-point loss and a 12-point loss. Get to stay home. They've been home since last week. So I don't hate that. I like Tennessee Tech here. Honestly, I think this is a good spot for them to get their first D1 win here. At home, stayed home. Upstate's on deck. Excuse me, but they've kept both their D1 games close on the road. Now you get a West Georgia team traveling. I'll take what's your nuts, Tennessee Tech.
E-Money?
Yeah, I think Tennessee Tech's probably the spot here. West Georgia, I know they're pretty familiar with playing on the road just because that's what they did all of last year pretty much. Tech looked pretty good against Charlotte, and we've seen that Charlotte's been pretty respectable this year. And I know that I thought maybe it'd be a little struggle for them possibly this year, but Tech kept it close with Charlotte, and I think I've been fairly impressed with what Charlotte brought in with their kind of new look team. And then they did keep it within 12 against Western Kentucky on the road too. So 2 road games that they were fairly competitive, fairly impressive in. Now they get West Georgia at home, D1 home opener. I don't mind laying it here. I think Tennessee Tech can win this game by 3.5.
Yeah, I like that. Tennessee Tech, I think the cap Trevor said is perfectly as well. You guys hit it on the nail. I mean, this Tennessee Tech team looking for their first win. Now it's D1 win at least, and they've had 2 little kind of cupcakes on the home court, but also have battle tested themselves. So is West Georgia as well. I think we could see more pace in this game than you would expect too. So I think I'll take Tennessee Tech at home with the points. Niagara's laying a point against Moyne. Anyone got any feel on this one with Niagara kind of being a random up and down team?
Moyne back home, short dog here. Dolphins, don't hate them. I mean, they just went to Xavier, Bowling Green, UMass. They played Xavier tough, but it seems like everybody does. So not really much there, but Niagara went to Binghamton, won by 8. Then they beat Delaware State by 11. They do have Duke on deck. That's a big one regionality wise for them. Obviously, Duke doesn't give a shit, but Niagara, that's a big game for them. I think Moyne at home only catching 1, short dog here. It's not like they do anything much better, if at all, versus Niagara and vice versa here. But Moyne is a little bit taller. Their free throws are about the same. They shoot better from 3, a little bit more heights. I'll take them. Niagara struggles to rebound, but I got no feel on this one. Really, I ain't betting it.
Yeah, I like. I'll Niagara. Greg Paulus is coaching with a vengeance here, but Moyne looking for their first D1 win at home. They just had a tough road stretch. Now they come home as well. I'll take Niagara. No bet. I'm with you. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm taking Lemoyne. They're going to come back off that road stretch and fire back. I'll spar you, Trevor.
All right.
Yeah, we'll spar here too. I'll be it's 2-on-1 versus Trev. I'll take Lemoyne at home on the money line. Don't think I'm going to bet this game, but I think Lemoyne's the side there at home. And getting one of their opponents that I think is probably one of the better chances of them getting a solid win before they start their conference play in the NEC. I think this is one of their only non-con wins. I mean, there's a few other ones. Maybe Lafayette on the road. Got a couple neutral site games, but Binghamton at home, on the road. But this home game, I think Fairfield, that'll be a tough home game next Saturday. So I think this is the one that they can really get behind and get a win in the win column. So I'll be on Lemoyne money line.
All right, so we're battling here, but in a spar way. If you don't know what a spar is, it means we don't bet it, but we battle on our no bet. So sparring. Let's go, Lemoyne. Raymond with us. Let's go. Kaylee with us. Let's go. Dolphins. They got a win today, too. That was gross. Siena's laying 6.5. Over-under is 147.5. Ooh, this line is interesting. Vegas telling you what's going to happen here. I feel like this Colgate defense is pretty bad. I mean, you lose to Northeastern at home. Drexel, you give up 83 points to Drexel. I know that you covered, but you give up 83 points to Drexel. I don't know. This Colgate team on the road I kind of want to take them at home, fade them on the road. Siena off a tough game against St. Bonaventure. They covered the 9. I don't know. I like Siena here. I think it's a weird number, and I kind of want to dive into it. This Jerry Mack Siena defense is rocking. They've been able to defend the perimeter pretty well, defend the inside also, and Colgate kind of diversifies their offense. They like to split up, not always just live and die by a certain way. They do tend to go for more points down low and for 2, maybe 2-pointers, but they still shoot a decent amount of threes. But Siena defends the 3 well, so I think that could be a catalyst for a little getaway game where it's pretty competitive, I think, throughout. So maybe you can get a better live line for Siena, but I think they actually get it done and win by 10 or 12. So I'll take Siena here at home.
Yeah, I'm with you. Repeat what you said. I like Siena. Jerry Mack, their team looks pretty damn good. You're at home playing a fairly respectable number here. I think it's just a spot they get it done here. I've been looking at this one. I'm gonna roll with it with you. Let's go St. Bernard's or whatever the hell they are. Siena up.
Yes.
Siena Saints. Yeah, St. Bernard.
Saints.
Yeah. I think Siena is the spot here. I do see a 5.5 on DK. So if you do like Siena, it just opened on DK at 5.5 just a few seconds ago, actually. So get in there, get that extra point. But yeah, I think Colgate, that Drexel game, they did cover, but they did shoot 62% from 3. So that kind of skews that a little bit. They really did struggle on the road against Illinois, but fairly competitive. But now they come back home after kind of keeping it close, keeping it competitive against Illinois. I think Siena's defense, they'll be able to really guard and defend the 3, which is something that Colgate maybe relies upon a little bit too much, in my opinion. They do have a couple big men down low that could pose some problems, but I just think Siena is going to be able to get it done here, and this will be another bet. I'll lay another 5.5, and we'll roll with the Saints here at home under Jerry Mack.
We all love this. The Saints tomorrow.
Jerry McNamara, this all time. I mean, I remember shooting hoops on the driveway. You're like playing like, you're pretending like you're 5'4". Just like I remember, I would like be like, yeah, Jerry Mack. I loved him, even though wasn't a fan of Syracuse. But all-time soundbite. I'm gonna clip that for the soundboard. Jim Boeheim. We wouldn't have won 10 fucking games, not 10 without Jerry McNamara. And then our own papers are going against him. So he defended him thick and thin. This Pump Fake Pod are lobbyists for Jerry McNamara. at Syracuse. UCF's laying 12.5 against Oakland. Over-under is 161.5. No. Nope.
UCF off the big Texas A&M win and sandwiched in between Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Oakland coming in. Oakland's got Houston, Purdue, Michigan under their belt. They went home and beat Defiance by 60.
They played some tough games. I think Oakland can try to keep this game under as well too, because UCF, it seems like they're an automatic over bet. I mean, they've scored 86 against Texas A&M, 97 at FAMU, but defensively wise, they've been able to allow teams in. Hofstra only win by 4 in their home opener. So I think this is a similar team, and Oakland can try to keep this game under the helm and under the number by limiting possessions, trying to spread the ball, let Greg Campy's offense go to work, and try to stall as much as he can on defense. The only thing I'm worried about with UCF is Oakland's defense. They've been pretty bad, but to your point, Trevor, we're looking at analytics and statistics. They played Michigan, Purdue, and Houston. So, I like Oakland here. I think UCF is a weird team. They just had a big win off the Texas A&M, and then they have Pittsburgh on deck on Thursday in a semi-home game. So, I think that's a look-ahead spot as well, and off a hangover. That's a classic sandwich. Give me Oakland as well. Do we wait to bet this, Trevor, or do we rip it now? I think it's going to go down, actually. It looks like it's getting juiced down, so I'll take Oakland with the points.
Yeah, it's already dropped 2 whole points. When I was making these opening lines, it opened at 14.5. It's already been bet down to 12.5 here. So if you like the Oakland side, maybe take it down. I'm sure it'll settle here at probably at 10.5 or 11.5. I wouldn't see it going into the single digits, I wouldn't think. But yeah, I'll be on Oakland here. I think Greg Campy can keep this close, keep this competitive. UCF will kind of sleepwalk through this game, and not expecting a little money line sprinkle or kind of a live dog here, I don't think. But I think UCF will eke out a 7 to 8 point win.
Yeah, I like Oakland with the points. They've been through the gauntlet with who they've played this year, and UCF. Congratulations, you kicked the ever-loving shit out of FAMU. Vanderbilt came in and kicked your ass. Hofstra gave you a game, and you come off the giant Texas A&M win and got Pittsburgh on deck. Sandwich spot. Oakland is going to hang around this game. I think it'll get interesting. The final. The under a media timeout. Everyone's like, okay, Oakland's. They're within 7-8 points here. I think they kind of sputter out at some point, but I think they keep this within 10 points. I'll take Oakland with you guys.
Let's go. Greg Campy. Let's go. Pittsburgh laying 16.5 against Bucknell. Over under 143.5. Elliot, kick us off, my friend. Bucknell lately, man. I love this Bucknell team, but they've just been fucking around the second half here.
Yeah, I really want to kind of lay it with Pittsburgh here off of the tough showing in that rivalry game against West Virginia in the backyard brawl. But then again, you can think of this as a look-ahead spot with them going down to Daytona Beach there on Thursday and playing UCF, who we just talked about. So this is a kind of a hard one for me. I'm not going to bet it just because of that, but give me Pittsburgh minus 16.5, but no bet.
Trevor?
Yeah, Pittsburgh is playing a Fugazi team. This is one they beat up on. So give me Pittsburgh. Come home, beat the shit out of Bucknell. Bucknell, just played Hofstra at home, lost. They went on the road to Princeton, lost by double digits. They beat Mount St. Mary's and Delaware. So cool. Pittsburgh's a much more physical and bigger team. They're going to really slow you down and make life hell for Bucknell. So give me Pittsburgh laying it. Probably not going to bet it though.
I kind of like the over here. I know Pittsburgh plays at an abysmal pace, and then defensively they're juggernauts that can keep teams scoring less than. And they haven't eclipsed 80 points all season, but I think this is a potential to do that off of like you said, Trevor, a tough offensive showing in West Virginia off a rivalry game. I think Pitt needs to get going. And maybe defensively, they'll just let Bucknell kind of creep in as they try to kind of push the pace on offense. I think it's a step-up game on offense here, and I think Bucknell will be able to score somewhat. They can get into the mid to high 60s. I think we get a little low number here just because it's a Pittsburgh team that's really hasn't been able to eclipse this number as well too. But I think it's a possibility to rip that over, and I see 142.5 on DraftKings. So I like the over just to creep by here in Pitt versus Bucknell.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Pissed off enough they could put up 90, 100 points.
Yep. And Capel's teams, especially when they're at home and they're these big favorites, they don't really call off the dogs, which is why you could definitely see a few extra points coming over and kicking that over. You could see Pittsburgh score a flurry of like 6 or 8 in the last 2 minutes to not only steal the over, but also steal the cover as well.
Yep. I appreciate that.
It's been done before this year.
I think it's a great call on Pittsburgh as well. I think that, they'll get right. But let's go with the points. I'll be taking them and their offense, see if they can score some points. High Point's laying 25 against Canisius. High Point just lost a game at UAB. That was a perfect cap by the Pump Fake Pod. What a weird line that was. Easy. UAB kind of dominated that performance. Canisius' offense is horrible. They lost to Mercyhurst they beat Mercyhurst by 3, and that's their Super Bowl, I think. I like the Golden Griffs. Was talking to their mascot on social media. Come on, send me a jersey, Canisius, but maybe wait and don't watch this show. Not that you're watching probably anyway, but High Point, they're going to dominate. They just had a loss. Now they come back home. Canisius just offensively lax, defensively lax. They did play St. Bonaventure and Dayton. They had to step up. I like Jim Christian. I like the Golden Griffs, but I think this is a bounce back spot for High Point off a loss that wants to just get right. They don't really have too much of a look ahead. They do go on a neutral here soon on next Thursday. I believe that's an MTE starting off the Illinois Chicago. So they may look ahead to that. But anyway, let's see what happens here. We got MTEs starting this week. We got MTEs next week, feast week. It's just such a good time for college basketball. But anyway, I'm going to lay it here with High Point. No problem at all. They come out and dominate against Canisius.
Yeah. Not going to say anything different. Completely same. High Point's going to kill them. Canisius is just awful. High Point off of that loss. And back home now. Just had this pulled up here. Yeah. They got UIC on deck, so nothing too serious. But coming off of an ass beating heading home, Canisius got 40-pieced at Dayton. St. Bonaventure beat them by 20. They did beat Mercyhurst at home. We were on the wrong end of that, but that was a game Mercyhurst couldn't hit shit. 5 of 24 from 3, and only 8 free throw attempts. So it was pretty ugly. But High Point, that shit ain't gonna happen. They're just gonna run it up on them. I'd be tempted with laying it with High Point and High Point team total over.
Yep, High Point's definitely gonna get all their frustrations off of that loss on the road against UAB. Take it out on Canisius. Huff did mention they've got UIC there, and it's the Boardwalk Battle there in Daytona Beach. Not the same MTE as UCF and Pitt. That one's at Ocean Center, but the Boardwalk Battle has High Point, Southern Indiana, UIC, and Incarnate Word. So I think High Point's going to also roll there as well. But yeah, lay it now. Avoid any type of backdoor cover because this thing probably is going to go up to like 29-30 maybe. I could see it. So yeah, give me High Point minus 25. I know Canisius plays at a slow pace, but home High Point, they're going to be able to dictate the tempo and just going to run Canisius out of the gym.
Yeah.
I just got an awesome Snapchat memory notification. 11:30 B-ball, Vermont versus Charleston here. So that was 2 years ago. November 16th. Looks like it's not anywhere in Vermont or Charleston. So
versus Charleston. So that's a key. It's a key to bet Charleston minus 5.5 tomorrow.
Ooh, I like that. MTE is upon us. It's a great time, man. It's a great time. West Virginia's laying 23.5 against Lafayette. Over-unders 134.5. Trevor, What you feeling about the Mountaineers?
Yeah, West Virginia off of that ass kicking to Pittsburgh. I don't think you could kind of find a worse spot to be in, especially with Clemson on deck. Excuse me. Also, Lafayette, hasn't looked good. I mean, they went to Cornell, lost by 19, Texas by 37, St. Joe's by 9. But this is just a rough spot for West Virginia. This team already plays slow enough. One of the slowest, if not the slowest in the country. Lafayette, not like they're a speed wagon themselves, but this game can stay slow enough to where they can keep it within this number, and we're getting a little bit of an inflated number with West Virginia. So I'm gonna take Lafayette in this one.
Yeah, I like that, Trev. I'm going to be on the points here too as well. I know Lafayette's not a great team. Lost by 37 to Texas, lost by 19 to Cornell. But off the backyard brawl, just an absolute ass kicking that they laid on Pittsburgh, 22-point win. Never a good thing to lay a lot of points with West Virginia, except maybe in that backyard brawl, just because they're looking to just drop the hammer on them. So yeah, give me the points with Lafayette. This will be a bet for me.
I'm going to battle you guys here. I'll take the West Virginia with the points. I think they ride the momentum strong. This Ross Hodge team defensively has been able to dominate. Lafayette's defense is pretty piss poor. I mean, they have played Texas, Cornell, and St. Joe's, so weird sample size there. But I completely see your angle. It kind of scares me off. So right now, bringing a knife to a gunfight, but if you guys are betting this, but I think I may end up actually battling you here on West Virginia by the end of the show here. So I think they ride the momentum. It just, the only thing that scares me laying points is seeing that total over under. Slow pace galore on both sides. I think defense has really been getting it done for West Virginia. So yeah, I'll battle.
Let's do it.
NC State's laying 12.5 against VCU. Over-under's 166.5. This game's awesome as well. Elliot, take us home or lead us off, my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to be on NC State here. I'm going to lay it. I think VCU hasn't really impressed me too much yet. I mean, I will say that 3-point loss to Utah State on neutral there in Texas, pretty respectable. But they're facing a whole different beast with NC State here. Lay it with NC State. This over under seems pretty damn high. But granted, I could see it with the Phil Martelli Jr. team, just up, run and gun, and how Will Wade's not going to want to take his foot off the gas. So yeah, give me NC State. Lay it. I think they win by 20.
Rev.
Yeah, sorry, there we go. Yeah, NC State. VCU, yeah, like he said, they haven't looked incredible. I think they're living off of their name yet. Like, I think they're going to be fine, but they haven't been the same team so far. I mean, St. Peter's, yeah, you dominated them, you dominated Wagner, but Utah State, you played them tough, but they're scoring fast, they're giving up more points. NC State likes to push it, as we've seen. I mean, they've gotten like 300 points in 3 games. And they've yet to give up more than 70. VCU, I know they put up 103 on Wagner, but I mean, 77, 78, that kind of seems about their average. NC State's just running and gunning and playing fast. They have the size advantage in this one. They can rebound, they can shoot their free throws, they can shoot threes. They're one of the most efficient offenses in the country. I just think VCU is going to struggle, especially with the turnover issues. You shoot 67% from the free throw line, and you're going to have a size disadvantage in this one. I think it's NC State in a rout. They got Seton Hall on deck. I don't think that's really much of a look ahead for them. So give me a lay with NC State in this one.
I like NC State here. I like their team total over. I think they eclipse 89.5. I know VCU defensively is always a good team, regardless of who's in there, and they can really try to slow you down on offense, but I don't think to your guys' credit, is really a chance to slow them down. I think NC State kind of is my side there, but I like their team total over. I think we're getting a low number just with VCU after they've scored 100 point, at least almost 95 points each game, and the other two they've hit at least 110. I know that's NC Central and UNCG, but this is their final home game for the NTE next weekend next Monday. So I don't think it's a look-ahead spot at all either. I think they're going to get rolling. I'm going to take the team total over for NC State.
I don't hate that. I might actually ride that with you. I can see them putting up buckets. I mean, they played UAB, Greensboro Central. Nobody's serious, but they've still it doesn't matter. They've just ran through them and convincingly. Yeah, I got a couple minutes if we want to knock this next game out quick.
Yeah,
actually, you just want to do the what you call it? The rhythm.
Yep.
All right. Give me 2 seconds, getting it squared away. But it's all squared away. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Give me 3 seconds.
We could talk about
boom. There it is.
So right now
rhythm.
We got our rhythm play of the day here. SIU, North Dakota State over 152.5. We all like that the points galore was rolling. We think these teams kind of push pace, and North Dakota State, they've been able to always be a high-scoring team, especially at home in Fargo. They just haven't been as efficient, but they've had a couple get-right spots. They had a massive win against North Dakota or against CSUN, putting up 90 points. And then SIU on the other side of the ball is one of the fastest running teams in the country, and they don't care if they're on the road. They don't care if they're at home. They're going to try to run and gun under Scott Nagy. So I like Southern Illinois and North Dakota State to be putting up buckets. I think there's a lack of defense on the other side of the ball potentially. And we see this number just get in. I think it's a little low at 152.5. I think it's going to be in the high 150s in the end, and we're going to see a close game. So I think we could we have overtime, of course, always potential on the over, but I think it definitely eclipses over into the high 150s. That's what I had it as on the cap, and then I went and looked at the model. We all looked and saw that Rhythm was spitting out one of their favorite plays on the over 152.5. So that was a no-brainer. Fusion decision there of the pump fake pod liking this play, and then also when Rhythm likes it, it's a no-brainer. We're going to make this our Rhythm play of the day over 152.5 in Southern Illinois and North Dakota State. Promo code pump fake pod PFP25 to sign up for Rhythm. Rhythm's been spitting out, so they got more plays. We've been choosing a play of the day, and they've been helping us with models and been able to track so many different types of models and factors and statistics. So, yes, promo code PFP25, Rhythm play of the day over 152.5. Trevor Elliott, you want to add anything?
No, you covered it. You covered my cap. I liked the over already, so they liked it. I'm like, perfect. We all agreed. So this is this is a great one. I'm excited. I love rooting for a good over. Hopefully we hit it. But I got to skedaddle. I will be back in a bit.
Yeah, one of the big things that I like about this too is the fact that it's a close game, or it should be a close game. You know, you're getting a 1.5 with SIU as the favorite. I always like that with betting overs or backing overs that I like when there's a close game, just because down the stretch, you know, you got a minute and a half left. You can get free, cheap 6 to 8 points just playing the foul game if it is a 1 or 2 possession or a 2 possession game, 2 to 3 possession game. So that's something else I like when I like an over. And then it's also a close game. It makes me even a little bit more confident in the over. So that would be kind of one piece of extra knowledge that I like to look at when betting overs. You're muted.
Yep. I think that's a great call out as well, too, when they got that road favorite line. So I love that play. Rhythm play of the day over under 152.5. Let's ride it. We got Rod saying he likes the over as well. There's a stat for over the total for North Dakota State home games. So great stuff there. Thanks, chat. Danny Dumbshit likes it. Redman, great call on UNLV. Thank you. Yes, we all had UNLV. Good stuff there. Yeah, come on. This UNLV team's they're finding their talent. That's for damn sure. Ooh, yeah. Woo! Lamar laying 8.5 against Loyola or UL Monroe.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Yeah, I'll take UL Monroe with the points. I'm not going to bet this home game. I think Lamar is really good. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a strong conviction in this game, so I will not bet this. But I'll pick UL Monroe with the points at home. They've been better. I don't know. First home game against a D1 opponent. They beat Rust. They beat a Call of Duty map by 33 points, by the way. Beat Rust.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm right there with you. I think the soundboard said it best. I'm not really going to want to pay attention to this game at all. I'll take Lamar minus the 8.5. We can spar here on that. I think they're the way better team. But I haven't really seen much of Lamar. I mean, they did look good against TCU. Only lost by 10, but it was TCU. We've seen their struggles at the very beginning of the season. That's their only D1 game so far. Louisiana Monroe hasn't impressed, so don't really feel like backing them because it could be a Lamar kind of a beat down spot. But yeah, give me Lamar minus 8.5. No bet. We can spar.
Yeah, I like it. Lamar, UL Monroe in a little battle there. That's going to be interesting. We'll see what the hell happens. So, yeah. Okay, what do we got next? Iowa State's laying 36.5 against Stonehill. Over-unders 146.5. I have a play in this. I don't know if it'll be the same one. What do you have in this currently?
You can go for it if you got a play.
I like the over here. I know it's Stonehill, but I think Iowa State, we see them step it up offensively. I mean, they put up 96 against Mississippi State, 102 against Grambling, 88 against Fairleigh Dickinson. So they're able to score, and you're at home in a true home game against a bad defense. I think we see a potential of Iowa State putting up another close to 100. I know Ken Palm has it less. I know the analytics sites have it less than that. But I think Stonehill, they turn the ball over a lot. Offensively, they look weak. I think Iowa State can run out fast in a transition. They played almost 3 games in a row, Friday, Saturday to Monday. Now you're going into Iowa State. I wouldn't be afraid of the points, but I'd rather just bet kind of on the over here because I think Iowa State's going to score 100 plus. I with that number, I'd hope Stonehill could score more than 40-something points and maybe in the 50s. So I think we see over 146.5 in this game for Iowa State and Stonehill. It's a weird over, I know. But again, I think the cap, Iowa State scores 100. Stonehill now just has to score 50 points. Bold strategy, I know. Let's go. It's crazy. Let's see how it plays out, Cotton.
I'll lay it here. This point is surprisingly came down 2 points. It opened at Iowa State minus 38.5. I'm seeing 36.5, even some 35.5s. People may think it's a possible look ahead spot with Iowa State playing St. John's in the look ahead spot next Monday in Vegas. But I think they're really just focused on this game since it's so far ahead. I don't necessarily think that's a good look ahead angle. The other reason I'm laying this too is Stonehill just played a back-to-back there at Fairfield, 1 game in overtime. They got 1 day of rest. Now they got to travel on their rest day basically to Iowa State. I think Iowa State's going to blitz them. I personally would probably look at the Stonehill team total under. I think they're going to be on tired legs, run out of gas. But I'm going to just lay it with Iowa State. They'll win by 40 plus.
All right. Love it. Keep the train rolling, Elliot. Household Kansas State fan here. If you didn't know, that's not Northeastern. It's not a Wofford hat that he's wearing. It's not a Boston hat. It is a K-State. I love that old logo, and it looks like it's a golf team logo as well too. So I think it's one of the more classic throwback logos. Kansas State's old little cat. Mascots with sweaters back in the day, man, in those 50s, 60s, those sweaters. They loved mascots and sweaters. So speaking of sweater, Kansas State, they love sweating on offense. They just push like an F1 car. So, Elliot, what you taking in Kansas State, Tulsa, and are you on site tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be on site. Boots on the ground on my birthday. I'm gonna lay it with K-State here. They're gonna get me a good birthday win. I think Tang is gonna kind of be on his players for just kind of letting the foot off the gas, specifically more so on the defensive end. I think he wasn't really happy with how that Cal game ended down the stretch, albeit Cal did hit 12 threes in the second half, and a lot of them were contested. So, I mean, touche to them. They did hit a lot of threes. But I'm going to lay it here with K-State. I think they're going to win this pretty handily, I would say. And, of course, as always, I'm going to back the over as well. I think this game will go over. I think K-State will get in the 90s. That puts me at all Tulsa needs is probably in the 70s. I could see both of those happening. So, yes, LSU over can hit for sure. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I bet the over in every single K-State game. Hasn't missed for me yet. People have been pissed off at K-State for not covering that 6.5, 7 against Cal, but when you just bet the over, you don't got to sweat it because they had the over hit with 8 minutes to go in the game. So I'll lay it here with K-State for a birthday victory for me, and also bet the over.
Yeah, I mean, you give up 37 points against Cal in the final 10 minutes of the game. Interesting no cover there. FBI potential warranted there. They bounce back. I'll lay it with Kansas State as well. They have the FBI sniffing them after that cover loss. So I think they lay it, or I think they dominate, win by like 14, not 14, 15, 16. I had it at minus 16.5. So I'm going to take it for Kansas State. And of course, ride that over. No question about it. It don't fix it. What all that nonsense is not nonsense. It is absolute gold. This Kansas State team is running at a fast IndyCar F1 pace. They're shooting effective field goal percentage. They're the best team in the country, and they get a lot of shots off as well. And they're being efficient with it. And they can shoot the three pretty solid. I think that's good for that. And Tulsa can shoot the three pretty well, and Kansas State doesn't defend the three as good as you expect from a P4 team. So give me the over as well too for K-State, Tulsa. And yeah, let's go Wildcats for Elliot's birthday. Can't fade the birthday play for his 30th birthday. Happy birthday, Elliot. We keep going up five increments there. Yeah, he is 30. Big 3-0. Missouri 36.5 against Prairie View A&M. Over under is 165.5. I will lay it with Missouri. I don't have a cap with it. I'm not betting it. Missouri can run fast. They can shoot. They can shoot efficiently as well. Prairie View pretty bad defensively. Pretty big number for me, though. I'll lay it, no bet.
Yeah, I was just looking at this game, trying to see. Yeah, lay it, no bet for me. I don't.
What were you trying to see?
I was just gonna see if I could maybe take the points with Prairie View A&M, with Missouri. Looking ahead to somebody possibly after that ass whooping against Minnesota, a little sandwich spot, but they got South Dakota on deck. I think Missouri will just kind of roll with it here. So give me fuck it. We'll spar. Give me Prairie View A&M. They kept it respectable against Oklahoma State, but 36.5 points. That's a lot of fucking points. They did smoke VMI though. But yeah, give me PV A&M plus the 36.5. No bet though.
Spar just means we like to wrestle. That's it. A little Greco-Roman style battle there. Wisconsin's laying 25.5 against SIU Edwardsville. Over-unders 143.5. I know Trevor would say that Wisconsin has BYU on deck, so it's a little worrisome. Potential look-ahead spot. SIU Edwardsville, they're a slow pace, but I've seen them. They really can't score the ball, and then when they score the ball, they do it in spurts. I think it could be a problem. I think Wisconsin, I'm not worried about the look-ahead spot. SIU just had a good road win at Drake. They were competitive against UTSA. They just lost at home against Indiana State. They really couldn't shoot the ball. I think we see another performance there on a weird road spot back-to-back there after coming from Drake. Wisconsin's been kind of drilling teams. I will lay the number with minus 25.5 against my beloved SIU Edwardsville team, but I think Witzke gets it done and avoids the look-ahead spot here.
I'll battle. I like SIU at Edwardsville here. I think 25.5 is too many. I think this is a really good team. I know we were on them when they lost to Indiana State. They're at home. Kind of an unfortunate loss for them against the Sycamores, but you're telling me that Wisconsin's going to beat this team by 25.5. I think it's probably the best team that they've played so far. Maybe you could argue that Campbell is better than SIU Edwardsville, and I think Wisconsin was only laying about 21.5 against Campbell. So it's a weird little line for me, especially on the look ahead. BYU beat them last year in the NCAA tournament, so they're going to want to try to look ahead and possibly, return the favor to BYU. So give me SIU Edwardsville. There's a lot of things that point to this. I think that's the best team Wisconsin's played. They can keep it within a quarter century here. And they also, like you said, play at a slow pace. So slow pace with a total like this, with that big of a number, I'll take it. Wisconsin wins 80-60.
All right, a little battle there. Trevor will probably fade his Badgers or just probably not take it.
Still emotional hedge.
Rice versus Tennessee. Tennessee's laying 27.5. Over-unders 143.5. I'll take the. Oh, fuck. I'll take the points with Rice. I think Rice is better, but I'm not betting this. No. I can't fade Knoxville. They like to beat up on these low end teams. Rick Barnes does. 33 against North Florida. 41 points against, 39 points against Northern Kentucky. They've been able to lay the big number there and with no issues. But this is Rice, a little better. Come on, I'll pick Rice plus 27.5. No bet.
Yeah, we'll spar here. I'll go Tennessee minus 27.5. Scares me that Rice is just a little slower tempo paced team as well, just like Tennessee. But I really think Tennessee can really lock down Rice and give them troubles on the offensive end. So really hard for me to see how Rice will score here. That's why I'll lay it here with Tennessee. They don't got really a look ahead spot. Tennessee State's on deck. Rice did just lay an egg, kind of, you could say, against East Texas A&M, I believe. They struggled in that game. I think eventually pulled it out. I was just trying to pull that up real quick, but I think they ended up winning by 7. But really struggled there at home. So I really think, you look at their scores, put up 63 against Oregon, 69 against Stephen F. Austin, 71 against East Texas A&M. I think they're probably going to be in the 50s. So maybe look at a Rice team total under possibly. With them playing at a slow pace, Tennessee playing at a slow pace. I think Tennessee could really lock them up. So I might have just talked myself into a bet of the Rice team total under, depending on what that line is.
It should be 57.5, 58.5 in that range.
That's tough. I don't know. It'll be Tennessee, no bet. Lay it.
All right, so we're sparring there. Kind of got a gross angle here as well, too. Clemson's laying 24.5 against North Alabama. Over-under 144.5. Mr. Tony Pujol aficionado. What do you feel about these North Alabama Lions against Tigers? Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh, my.
It's a good zoo game. Man, this one's tough. It almost feels like laying it with Clemson's the play here. I know North Alabama's really good. I think that they're respectable enough to cover this number, but you look at Clemson off the loss to Georgetown, North Alabama off the loss at home to East Tennessee State. So you think they're going to get up here for this game? I don't know. Does Clemson have a look ahead? West Virginia on a neutral on Friday. They're in Charleston, TD Arena. Give me the points, North Alabama.
I
Clemson
bet this already. I took the North Alabama Lions team total over 59.5. I know Clemson's defense is really damn good. They're efficient on offense. I expect them to score a lot of points. They've been able to suffocate these lower-end teams. New Hampshire, 88-38. Yeah. Gardner-Webb, 97-59. Morehead State, 83-56. I think North Alabama is better, though, than those teams. And now, they have to just score 60 points. It scares me. It feels weird. It definitely is telling that Clemson's probably going to drill them. But even with drilling them, you give up 59 to Gardner-Webb. Come on, North Alabama. Walk into that Clemson stadium. Kill them on just dominate somehow. Just come out, play with a vengeance in the first half, score 30 points. Or 30-something points. I'll feel better about it. But hopefully Clemson just kind of calls the dogs off on the end and that number sneaks over. But all you need to score is 60. I think they're going off the Gardner-Webb, 59 points there and just picking it. So it does scare me because Clemson's defense is solid, but I just felt like that was a low number where I kind of had to take it.
No, I agree. I think North Alabama is definitely better than Gardner-Webb, so wouldn't see why they couldn't get 65.
Yeah, and now we just need 60. So, over 59.5. Take it now. It looks like it's getting juiced and bet up. Arizona State's laying 18.5 against Georgia State. Over-unders 147.5. Just a team I just refuse to bet on, really. I really stay away from Arizona State a ton. It's rightfully so. They had an issue in the 90s, I think, gambling problem back when it was all illegal outside of a couple places. Man, I don't know. Georgia State, they've had a bad start. I thought they'd be somewhat improved this year, but they've had a bad start. But laying this many points with Arizona State just doesn't feel right. I'll take Georgia State with the points. No bet.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
I bet Trevor would bet this on the money line, though. I'm not going to speak for him, but I could just see him liking this random game, 18.5, and taking it. So just like with the Southern Utah play. But I'll take Georgia State plus 18.5. No bet.
No, yeah, I agree. Georgia State plus 18.5 is what I would bet. I probably won't end up betting it. Arizona State, they've got Hawaii on deck there on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to that game. It's at Hawaii. Should be a banger of a game with Hawaii and Arizona State there. I mean, Georgia State, they did look, kept it competitive at Cincinnati. Only lost by 10, 74-64. So, I don't know. I'll be with the points. Hard for me to bet it, though. Arizona State, could be a little bounce back spot with them off the Gonzaga loss at home, but also could be a sandwich spot because, after this, you've got Hawaii at Hawaii, and then you've got Texas on deck there in Hawaii in the MTE. So I see why they're going out to Hawaii, getting that game before. That's kind of smart of them. Man, we'll see what this line does. If it gets over 20, I'll probably bet Georgia State. But right now, I'll take Georgia State plus 18.5. That'll be my pick.
Gonzaga's laying 35.5 against Southern Utah. Over-unders 159.5. I'm not going against Gonzaga at home by any means. No way. I go against Gonzaga at home. It is a lot of points. Let's see what their team total.
They got Alabama on deck.
Got Alabama on deck.
Players era in Vegas.
There's no way I'm fading them at home though. Southern Utah's defense, they allow everyone in their front door through the lane, whatever they got to do. I'll lay with Gonzaga. No bet. Team total over is 97.5. I'll write that down, but I don't like that really either. I think they could just call the dogs off at the end. Not the same like Gonzaga team as it was 2-3 years ago that just would be on pace for 120 in the first 5 minutes. So yeah, I'll lay it with Gonzaga. No bet.
Yeah, I like that team total. I mean, Southern Utah, worst in the nation, giving up. Their opponents are shooting 50% from the three against them. That's something that Gonzaga likes to do, kind of run and gun, play inside out, hit the three. Lay it here with Gonzaga. Take the team total over with Gonzaga. Probably going to be a no bet for me, but those would be my angles. I probably should just end up just riding that Gonzaga minus 35.5. Just because, like we've said here previously in this episode, not necessarily a look ahead angle when it's a whole week away from the next game. So I think they can take care of business. Both teams kind of traveling back. Gonzaga traveling back from Arizona State. Southern Utah traveling back from Nebraska. But yeah, give me Gonzaga minus the 35.5. I'm going to think about it. I might end up betting this. I think they could roll and win by 40 again, just like they did against Texas Southern. So
I'll tell you one I did lay. Colorado 18.5 against Alabama State. Over-unders 157.5. This Colorado team, man, I think they're a little different. I think they're just a tad different. I'm going to wait to maybe take an eye on the total I was looking at. I was trying to wait on that, but I'm not going to avoid the totals here. I think Colorado gets it done. This Alabama State team is not as awful as people think. It's not just an automatic bet. Just I'm going against Alabama State. But offense has been working for Colorado, and now Alabama State's going into elevation. I feel like we're getting a low number here just because they took Eastern Washington to overtime, Montana State. But I don't know, man. I think Colorado's found it. I'm just a little worried about their defense being able to allow points. But I don't know, man. Alabama State in elevation. This is a weird row spot. They're staying in Colorado for this week before their MTE begins on Friday. So just kind of all over the place. Tough travel spot. I took Colorado with laying the points. Give me the Buffaloes.
yeah, for that reason, just what you said, Colorado giving up a lot of points. I feel more comfortable laying the over 157.5. I think they're still going to be able to score, but they might be a little lax on the defensive end, especially after that big win against Providence. So it makes me want to just take the points, cheer for points here. I think Colorado is going to have no problem scoring. I mean, you saw what Alabama State did against or what Alabama State gave up against Florida State. It was like 101-64. You could see a similar score, and maybe Colorado even gives up Alabama State a little bit more points to Alabama State than that. So I like the over 157.5 here for that reason, just because of that last Providence win. Just makes me a little bit nervous just to lay the points.
This one's a fun one. UC Santa Barbara's laying 3.5 against Loyola Marymount. Over-unders 146.5. UCSB, the Gauchos, are 3-0. Loyola Marymount 5-0. UCSB high octane offense. Loyola Marymount kind of a brutal, a strong 4-2 defense. While UCSB's defense is pretty lackluster, but I think that they could step it up here at home. And they gave up 87 on the road, but got a road win against Sacramento State, 74 against San Jose State. But hey, so did Michigan State. And then Loyola Marymount, now you've won 5 in a row. Got a road win at UTEP, a tough win against Troy. This Loyola Marymount team's solid, Now we got UCSB laying points in the Thunderdome. This place should be rocking. I think UCSB, the reason why the number is pretty low is just because their defense is not very good. And I think that's where they're going to have to step up. And but now we get Loyola Marymount 5-0 with already some road wins under their belt, tougher schedule, played a tougher schedule. Now they're catching points. I'll take UCSB at home with the spread. I think they win by like 5 or 6. It's a great game. They get the number though with the free throw battle at the end at home in the Thunderdome.
Yeah, I don't want to fade the Thunderdome here. I think Loyola Marymount's really good.
Yeah,
we've seen that definitely have have had the tougher schedule so far. I do know that they like to play at a little bit slower pace. So does kind of Santa Barbara, but for some reason this over 146 is kind of speaking to me. I could see this game like being like a 80-75 type of a game, or like just played in kind of the upper 70s. But yeah, I'm not gonna fade it. I'll take UC Santa Barbara minus the 3.5. Don't know if I'll bet it. If I'm gonna bet anything, it'd be that over 146.5. I see maybe some 145.5s out there possibly. So that might be the angle that I take if I'm gonna bet it.
All right, the penultimate game of the night: Cal State Bakersfield versus Portland State. Over unders 146.5. I think Bakersfield's trash, man. I watched them. They're tough to watch. Portland State, somewhat competitive. They're 1-2. They had a D2 win, but they lost to San Francisco. They lost to Stanford. I like Portland State here on the spot. Could be a money line parlay piece, but I like Portland State as a favorite here at home.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite bets of the night. Is Portland State minus the 6.5. I think they're going to roll here. Bakersfield got the cover barely against Ole Miss. Tough physical type defense is going to kind of beat you up there on the defensive end. So now then you got to go from Mississippi, travel all the way to Portland State to a respectable Portland State squad. Like you said, I don't really think that this Cal State Bakersfield is much of anything. So I don't mind laying the 6.5 here. I think they win this by 10 pretty comfortably.
Yeah, complete same thing. Like Portland State. Portland State, traveling from San Francisco up there, not that bad. But Bakersfield, going from Oxford all the way to the West Coast to play Portland State. Granted, they have to go back to the West Coast anyway, but still, you played Friday in Oxford. Now Monday, you're going to be playing on the opposite end of the country here. Tough travel spot. They get to go home and beat the hell out of. Although I shouldn't say that. Mississippi Valley State's been competitive, so I shouldn't say go home and beat the shit out of them. But I think the spot Portland State coming off of a tough loss to San Fran by 10 points. Come home and you get a Bakersfield traveling across the country, who's their one win is Western Illinois. Portland State's much better than Western Illinois. So I'm with you. I laid the 6.5 with Portland State already.
All right, final game of the night. Oregon's laying 13.5. Over-unders 142.5. Trevor, sure you might have talked about this on your show. What was the consensus here for the Ducks and Beavers in the massive rivalry?
We did not talk about this one, but I really wish this game was in Corvallis. This would have been a nice Beaver money line spot, but they're hitting the road. This team plays slow as hell already. One of the slowest in the country, 316th. Both defenses make you work 17 and 18 seconds, which is 300 and 218th in the country. Oregon's defense obviously much better. But Oregon's offense hasn't looked great, shooting sub 29% from 3, 67% from the free throw line, 48% inside the arc. They're good at getting to the free throw line, but Oregon State doesn't send you there. And when they do, you're shooting 67% versus Oregon State's 79%. Oregon State has a little bit of a turnover issue, but so does Oregon. So I think this is too many points in a rivalry game. I'm going to take the points with Oregon State. I might even sprinkle money line a little bit. Oregon's got who do they have on deck? They got a big one. Auburn. They have Auburn on deck. It's a week away, but it's still on deck here. Oregon State, this is their Super Bowl. I'm going to take the points, and I might sprinkle a little bit of money line with Oregon State.
I don't care if this is Oregon State's Super Bowl. Oregon is not looking past the Civil War to Auburn. I know it's a big game, but they're not looking past
it's a week away.
Yeah, they're not looking past a rivalry game. I think the play, it seems like a lot of points. Oregon State's been somewhat competitive this season, but I think this is a game that Oregon State will be within the number for most of the time, and then the final 5 to 10 minutes is when this number gets by them. That's my cap on the situation. I don't love it. I had it at minus 12.5, 72 to 60 in like a lower scoring game. So maybe I'll take the under just in a rivalry spot. And to your point, Trevor, possession wise, but I think Oregon in their offense at the end of the game takes it away. So I like Oregon on the spread here. Potentially an under, but I like Oregon on the spread. I can battle here.
Yeah, I think this one might be a Dana Altman masterclass here. But man, 13.5 is a lot of points for a rivalry game. I'll take the points in Oregon State, but I don't really want to bet this because I could see Dana Altman being freaking just coaching circles around Tinkle and winning this. But give me Oregon State plus the 13.5. No bet currently, but I'll probably want some more action on my way home from the K-State game. So I'll probably end up betting this. Maybe if I get a couple more points or if it goes down. I could see this game, though, ending like right around here, 10 to 12 points. Like you said, Huff, maybe it's Oregon State 7-point, 8-point game, and then Oregon stretches it out, and either they get the cover or you get hooked.
I'll play devil's advocate real quick for Oregon. I mean, they barely snuck past Hawaii with the refs by 1. Rice gave them a 4-point game. Shellstad came back. They won by 14 against South Dakota State. So maybe they get him back. He's plays a little bit better, but they still haven't looked great. Their shooting hasn't been great this year. I just don't think they have enough to run away from a big rivalry game like this.
What was that Washington State-Washington score?
That's a different team. Washington State's not great.
I don't think Oregon State is.
I think Oregon State's better than Washington State, and I don't think Oregon's playing as good as Washington is either.
What was that score? I'm just curious because I wanted to see.
I think it was like a 14 or 15-point Washington win.
I think it was more.
When was that?
Washington won 81-69. They won by 12.
12. And that game was 8.5. Yeah, man. Yeah, I like Oregon State plus the points, but I can't convince myself to bet it right now.
All right. Final stuff of the night. Favorite play, triple threat parlay, less games, so pick a good one. Triple threat parlay up for grabs. Remember, the rhythm play of the day is over 152.5 in SIU and North Dakota State. We got our triple threat parlay. Stay tuned for the picks page for the M&M parlay. We got some parlay pieces. Look like we wrote some down. Charleston, Siena, UCSB, Portland State. So we got some pieces we can work with. So stay tuned for that in the M&M parlay. But we'll end you here with the triple threat parlay in the Pump Fake Pod. Who wants to kick us off?
I will. I'll go Charleston -6.
No, do you not have 5.5?
I don't. Are there 5.5s out there?
On DK there was.
Okay, then 5.5.
I'll go. Hey, hold on, buddy.
I'll go K-State -13.5.
Ooh, little home play for the birthday boy. I like it.
Yep, boots on the ground birthday play.
And I think we all liked it as well. I'll take us home. Portland State -6.5. First home back.
And we spread ourselves out good too. We got one of the first games of the day. We got a middle tier game, and then we got a little nightcap. So perfect kind of triple threat situation.
Perfect triple threat parlay. This is the Pump Fake Pod, everyone.
I got one thing quick.
Yeah.
That one. This is a +553. So that's cool. But I do see, just because they're open early, Tuesday, Michigan State, Kentucky, and Kansas Duke. Anything you guys like before these lines start moving? Michigan State's catching 5.5, and Duke's laying 7.5. I believe these are home and home.
Lay it with Duke. I don't think Darren Peterson's going to play.
No, these are both at MSG. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both of
these
them.
that's their what's the whatever they
Champions Classic.
They played like 20 years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd lay it with Duke. Just initial gut reaction, lay it with Duke. Darren Peterson's going to be out. That significantly impacts their scoring. KU's really relied on their defense the last 2 games against Corpus Christi and against Princeton. And so the fact I don't think they're going to be able to defend Duke like they have these last 2 games against Corpus Christi or Princeton. So lay it with Duke. That's my initial one on that one. Let me look at the other one though.
I like Michigan State plus 5.5. Kentucky doesn't play defense, and then I'm with you. Lay it with Duke. Duke's gonna have the home crowd there too, big time. So lay it with Duke. I like Izzo and the points. Kentucky just doesn't play defense.
Yeah, I like Duke there as well in the over. I think we see some good amount of points from Duke, and they dominate there. And then, I like Michigan State also. I'm going to take Michigan State on the money line, actually, against UK, plus 195. I'm going to rip that now. I think we see a good amount of points there, but I don't trust UK's offense, and I think Michigan State could try to slow it down. I don't trust their offense, really. I think Izzo will have them going after a bad second half against San Jose State. So I'll take them on the money line.
Yeah, I like that too, and I like splitting it up. I like taking one dog, one favorite there in that. So yeah, give me Michigan State plus the points. Then Duke lay it.
All right. Yep. This is the Pump Fake Pod, everyone. Absolute fun time in the chat. Thank you all for tuning in. You guys are much appreciative. Danny Dumpship, Clark, Jeff, QTP, for Sports Science, Jacob, Danny Dumpship, The Kelling Time, Josh Buttrick, LSU, UNLV, Julian, Rod, Clark, Kaylee, Redman, Raymond. All you guys are awesome. Jeff, we got so Dusty. It's get Deli Plaga. We got so many. Cup of Joe. For anyone I missed, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. Drop your favorite play on the comment section after this YouTube page is posted. Make sure to hit that like button. It really helps us. Goes a long way. It's really easy if you guys are watching. Just click that thumbs up button. Super easy. And Franklin, my dog, is telling you to hit that like button for the Pump Fake Pod here. So, yes, Pump Fake Pod on Twitter. At @pumpfake_pod is on Instagram. So make sure to give us a follow there. We got some Instagram. Start posting some reels to there. Start posting some random pictures. Getting some Instagram now rolling. So we're knocking down the social media. I'm banned from TikTok. I started a gambling pod, my own thing on my own, and TikTok knocked me down. So I don't know if they like it too much. But Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Catch us on the Pump Fake Pod. I'm at Michael_Huffer3, at Stooley Picks, and at I'm_Money. You guys got any final last words for the November 17th Picks episode?
No. Feel a good week coming. It was a good week last week. Rough weekend, but we're gonna get a roll tomorrow. Everyone's gonna have a hell of a day.
E-Money, birthday boy, give us a shout out. On site tomorrow at K-State. Got to be feeling good.
Yep. Should be a good game. Hopefully we see a lot of points. Hopefully we get that K-State cover. That'll be a good start to the birthday. Been a tough sports weekend for my bets for the K-State football team and for the Chiefs. So definitely need to. Hopefully we'll get a better start to the week and a better start with this week. New slate, clean week, blinders on, forward focused. No more time to look in the back mirror. So let's have a week.
You can't drive a car in the rear view mirror. I used to tell that to my boys. I used to coach basketball. They didn't get it because they were in 7th grade, but I tell them their parents did. They don't drive a car going forward in the rear view mirror. But hey, I'll look back in the rear view mirror. 19.99 units for your boy. Best start to the month ever to college basketball season for me. let's keep this train rolling. I want to eclipse 20 units tomorrow. We're going to get all going. Pump Fake Pod is awesome. Chat's helped out. You guys, you're the reason for this, and we appreciate all you guys make this show even more special than it is with the boys. Chopping it up again. Pump Fake Pod, salutations. Thank you so much, everyone. Peace and love. Have a great week. It's a short week for me. I will only be on the Pump Fake Pod Monday, Tuesday for sure. Wednesday up in the air. I got a long drive Thursday morning, kind of early. So we could start earlier Wednesday, but lines aren't really out. So we'll see. But I will always, always post my picks to the pick sheet. And you'll be tweeting some random shit as well, too. All right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you guys at Pump Fake Pod. Peace and love. Thanks, chat.
Toodles.